All right. Okay, you ready with the noise there? Hey, all right, let's get started. Today, live out of Miami, Fort Lauderdale, welcome to the Jones and Arocho show, hosted by Byron Jones and Victor Arocho, brought to you by the Sportscast. Today is January 14th, 2021. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to all our channels on YouTube, Periscope, and iTunes. If you're on iTunes, please leave a rating. It'll help us out a lot. Also, you can visit our website. You can visit us on thesportscast.net or follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1. Please check out our app on iOS App Store. Download it. And actually, if you get a chance, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Sportscast. You'll get notified right away wherever you're at. So we're looking to have you as a guest, as a host, and as a contributor. Looking forward to it. We are now streaming live on Facebook, and we are streaming live on YouTube, so you can watch in either channel. All righty, let's get started. My friend and co-host, the big Byron Jones. How you doing today, man? How you feeling, Philly?
I'm doing great in Philadelphia. It's cold, but not that cold. It's in the 40s, so we're good. So I'm fine. I did my walkabout, checked around the whole town to make sure it's still here, and it's still here.
Right. Is there snow outside?
No snow. We're all good.
Oh, really? You're good with the snow?
Don't wish no snow right now because it's close.
It's beautiful here. I can't. It's beautiful. Last weekend was fantastic, man. It was great weather.
You finished pouring salt in the wound?
I'm just letting you know. It's really great weather.
Okay.
So let's get started. We had interesting picks this week. So we have some people that are interested in joining us today. So we'll see what happens. And for those of them that forget, what time's our show every Thursday, Byron? Keep forgetting.
8 o'clock.
Can you imagine that? 8 o'clock Eastern time.
Eastern time hasn't changed since in months.
This is what, are like maybe 10th, 12th episode?
Whole bunch of episodes. 8 o'clock.
And we promote it every week?
Every week.
Okay, I don't understand how our friends still ask us what time's the show.
Well, a lot of them got real jobs, so they're probably like little messed up.
Real jobs at what, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
They're on the night shift. Oh, we got a lovely lady waiting in the rooms. Let's go. I was hoping that she would join us. All right, let's go. We have she's joining right now. Oh. She was asked for last week. The wonderful and lovely Mrs. Vonda Jones Sellers. How are you today?
Am I on? Oh, I'm doing good. How are you?
Yeah, you are. You're doing good there. Don't show that it all runs in the family.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay. All right.
By the way, we had great reviews about you last week, Miss Vonda Jones. So you should put the video camera on so they see how beautiful you are. Number one, and number two. Some of our viewers were very impressed. You had good picks and good sports knowledge. Not that we didn't think any different or was anything. They were just happy to hear a lady. She got to look at how she knows how to do a virtual background.
I don't like the background.
She got all the college education. I play football.
I'll show you how to change it to clear it up because sometimes you may need a green. You got to take the green screen thing off.
So what?
You have a green screen?
I don't know about green screen, black screen. Yeah.
I'm not even talking to you. Can you imagine that?
Okay.
I'm not even talking to him.
All right,
he doesn't even know what a virtual background is. And I was talking about a green screen. No, you need a chroma key.
I do? Okay.
Not you. I'm talking about now. You answer. Oh my God, it runs in the family. I'm talking to Byron. You answer. I talk to you. He's answering. No, you don't need a green screen, but when you click on the button, like how you chose virtual background, don't select green screen.
I didn't select it. It just popped up like that.
Yeah. Well, then that's all right. You'll be all right. See, because we had mine used to go like that too. Oh, she could change it. You look wonderful. Don't worry about it. Let's get it going.
Whatever.
Let's show Byron. Let's show Byron what he's got. He's got some good picks. You did pretty well last week. All right, so let's get started. All right, so today we're going to talk about we're always going to mention the Giants. I'm down here, so I don't hear too much news. And so, anything happening up there, Byron?
No, not really. Besides, them signing Patrick Graham to an extension. Andrew Thomas had surgery on his ankle, so maybe that explains why he sucked half the year. That's quite possible. That his chicken wing was broke down or whatever was going on. So maybe that's an excuse that they're going to use. But he had surgery on his ankle the other day.
Oh, really? And anything on Saquon?
Nothing.
No, nothing. Is it true, Vonda? I understand that there's another family member of yours that has more Giant gear than anyone we've ever seen in the world.
Who?
I ain't gonna mention any names. I'm just saying you have a family member. I mean, it's not like you got like the 90,000 people just in your immediate family.
Sonia? Maybe.
Now you gotta. I don't think I mentioned any names. Who? Sonia?
Yeah. Well, maybe me too. See, if I had a different background, you would see the other gear, but.
Oh, okay. So
we'll fix it. Got a lot of
Don't
stuff.
you work for like a defense company?
No, a commercial, Boeing.
Oh, okay. So
Yes.
they're pretty technically advanced there.
She got real job.
Uh-oh, there's a Big Daddy coming in. Hold on a second. Let's see who we got here. Welcome, Big Daddy. And who am I speaking to? Welcome. I'm sorry?
Feeling unsafe is not news by the
Hello?
Particularly unsafe, particularly in peril, as she attended the single most expensive.
Hello?
It was even scarier when she arrived.
Who's Big Daddy?
Well, we got just
Big Daddy left.
yeah. That's how you boot him out. Anyways, so let's get good. So you have a lot of Giant stuff too, huh? So that's pretty funny. All right, so Saquon, anything on him? They expect him back, expect him in training camp. I mean, I haven't heard anything. Sometimes that's good.
That's a good thing if you don't hear anything, that there's no setbacks and probably rehab is going well. So that's a good thing. No news is good news.
Yeah, that's sad. That they will definitely tell you that he doesn't look like he's coming back, right? But if he's doing well, they don't say anything. No. All right, well, good. Well, we always want to get a good Giant story there. All right, let's get it going. And now let's get into the playoffs. So look, last week we had obviously Kansas City had the bye. We had Buffalo versus Indianapolis. I selected Buffalo. I think everybody selected Buffalo here. No.
No. Flip flopper. So I'm gonna say yeah, I did.
Well, you picked the Colts. That's right. You did pick the Colts.
Who?
You.
I did?
Yeah. Deny, deflect.
There you go.
I have to go back. I'm gonna go back to the tape. That's why we record this.
Go to the videotape.
I know you picked Buffalo as well, Vonda. And yeah, and let me tell you though, that goes to show you, and again, Byron, going back with your experience. So I'm helping out a buddy all day, but all I'm helping him out. Say, here's one condition: I need TV on the NFL games, as many rooms possible, and I can go and check the scores and whatever, right? At least just for first game. So I go in, and the game's pretty close. And I am telling you that I went in at halftime, and I looked, and just before halftime, and Indianapolis was about to score again and take the lead. I was like, man, that's pretty impressive, man. They were going to take over. So I walked back outside. I start helping my buddy. I'm talking less. It was a very short period of time just before the quarter. I mean, the half, right? I come back inside. It's still the same score, and Buffalo was driving the opposite way. It took me forever to finally get to the cut that they actually went for it on fourth. Is that what happened? You don't remember?
I'm old.
All right, so here's the deal. And then driving down, and they didn't score. And there I'm talking what's inside the red zone just before the half. And I look at it as a team, when you're playing against a team, I want your opinion on it, and Vonda, yours as well. You're playing against a team that is dominant, right? And you're like, Byron, they were under 20. They were in the red zone, but they were just on the 20. They were under the 20, going into scoring. They had downs. There was no reason for me not to walk outside and think they're not going to get at least 3 points. Fair statement?
Fair statement.
Okay. They did it. So my point is how is it that, or am I missing something when you're playing a team that's that well? You can't mess up on those opportunities.
Well, look at what was it? A couple of weeks ago with the Eagles of Washington. What they do? They could have went down there. They got 3. Instead, they went forward on 4th down, and what happened? They got nothing. You know, what did Bill Parcells always said? Take the points. Take the points. If you're down there, kick a field goal or whatever you can get, but get something when you're playing with those high stakes like that.
Right. Yeah, especially when, and I think the high stakes is 1, but 2, when you got a hot team, it's like almost playing against Kansas City. You can't beat them by scoring field goals, right? So even if you're in the red zone against a good team like that, Vonda, what do you think?
I didn't watch too much of that game. We'll talk about the other games.
Okay, good. Well, just in theory, right? When you're the lower seed and a team is on fire, you can't risk not putting up some kind of points.
You got to get something, kick a field goal, something. Yeah. You got to get the point.
You got to get and then 1, and then 2, depending on the team you're playing, sometimes 3 points isn't enough. Then it's worth going for it. And if you don't get it, you don't get it, because you're not going to win with scoring 3 points. And there's too many teams I've seen doing that, and they won't win, right? I mean, you can control the ball and you're losing 9-6. I mean, and you're winning 9-6 isn't good, and you're the underdog, right? All right, so let's go to the next game. So Buffalo was interesting. I thought they played them tough. Indianapolis did well. I think they did bad management of the clock, and Philip Rivers still couldn't take another team a little further, man. So then now we had Buffalo, and then we had Pittsburgh and Cleveland.
Ooh-wee.
What happened there? Who'd you pick?
Me?
You picked Cleveland, didn't you?
I sure did.
Yeah, you did.
I did.
I know you did. You got me there. It's hard for me to go against Tomlin, and you did pick Cleveland. Tell me, all right. Tell me your thoughts on that game.
Yeah, I was just kind of surprised, but I was like, okay, I didn't think Pittsburgh were going to go ahead and do that well, and it definitely showed.
Yeah, Byron.
I think it's Big Ben's fault. Big Ben looked old and slow, and he looked like me trying to play quarterback back there. That's how bad he looked. Awful back there. What happened to the Pittsburgh run the ball. He threw the ball about almost 70 times.
He threw 500 yards, I think.
Yeah, but he still 4 interceptions
and 4 touchdowns.
And 4 interceptions.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, but wait a second. I'll answer to that. You're right. Go ahead, continue.
But when back in the day would they throw the ball 70 times? There was no reason for them to throw it 70.
Bradshaw, I would love to have heard what Bradshaw was thinking, because him in his mind, man, I wish they would let me throw the ball that many times.
Bradshaw didn't throw 70 times in 5 games.
But look, 2 things. One is they only lost by 12 points, and they were down 28-0 in 1 quarter. The first quarter, they were down 28-0, ended up only losing by 12, and gave up 4 touchdowns. I mean, they still lost, but it just, it's just too much ahead of time. You can't get it. The other thing is, a lot of the comments were being made. They didn't even practice the Cleveland. They couldn't do anything, right? And they still played very well. And then the interim head coach, that was his 2nd time ever.
And they lost 2 tackles during the game. They lost the right tackle and the left tackle during the game.
That kid Chubb is good. Let me tell you something, man. What a difference. That kid Chubb is good. Baker Mayfield played a great game. I thought their whole team played well. You know what's fun?
Who are they winning without, though? What's his name? Used to be a Giant. Used to play for the Giant. Number 13.
I don't want to say the name.
I don't want to say the name.
They're winning without that guy.
And took off without him. It's not that they're winning without him. They took off. Remember, I'm going to continue saying this entire season where Baker Mayfield was the thing. He's like, I feel like, I don't know what's going on. The way everyone's talking goes, I feel like this is the worst I've ever felt being 4-2. Because you guys like treated us like we're the worst 4-2 team in the world. And you know the funny part is, the Steelers were the worst undefeated team.
They were awful.
Think about it. They were given criticized to Baker in the Cleveland, right, Vonda?
Mhm.
And then it turns around that Pittsburgh was undefeated, and Baker's, guys, what's happening here? Why are you guys freaking out? So that was an interesting game. The other thing I wanted to make a comment when I test out to you, Byron, was the guy coaching's father coached in like 1994, and I don't know if you understood what I was saying to you in the post. What I was saying to you in the post, more family tree. Think about it. It's only second time as an interim coach, but he had a father that was coaching in 1990. Remember what we were talking about? We were just talking about expanding more coaches. And hey, look, I think it's okay bringing your kids into business. Actors do it, right? Musicians do it, and so forth. So it's kind of tough not wanting to do that. You're growing up around it. I mean, God bless them. I wish I was around that. But on the other side, we're trying to see how do we start building that farm system of minority coaches moving up, right? Because if you'll see a lot of familiar last names in their generational coaching trees, right, of the families, and then you see people teaching coaches. But it just happens this guy ended up being an interim head coach. His dad was coaching, but he was in a position to take power. So the whole point was, trying to keep developing coaches, minority coaches, all the way down through high school and up, so they have the opportunity when the opportunity comes, right? But Byron, what would you do if you were a coach? You'd bring your kids into it, right?
Oh, hell no.
What?
No.
Yes, you. Come on now, Byron. You know you would. Come on.
Like the Grinch,
That means
365 days a year.
Yeah, that means you got to see the kid all the time, day and night. I want to see my kid. No. All that money I spent for you to go to college, get a degree or something else, not in football, whatever. Just go away. I don't want to see, come home for, Thanksgiving and Christmas and, my birthday and your birthday. And that's it. I don't want to be with the kid 365 days a year, especially when you try to, have you kicked them out of the house? They got to go.
They say, I got some statistics. 40% of kids move back at home early in the career, early after college, because of college debt. The college debt situation is really bad. It's almost as big. It's in the trillions. It's close to the deficit.
They should have picked a trade. Go to trade school. Ain't nothing wrong with trade school and vocational school.
Hey, we have another athlete joining us from Perth Amboy. I'm about to let him in. Let's welcome him and talk some sports, okay?
All right.
Let's go. All right. Mitt is coming in. Okay, my buddy, my pal, our alumni, Vonda, Mr. Steven Cristino.
Pedro!
What's up, guys?
Hey. All right.
He's styling with the shades. At least we don't just have a picture of a phone. At least he's got a photo.
Because the other ones are my reading glasses. The rest of my reading glasses.
No, but I'll take the photo, because when people call in, all you see is a green phone and their name.
Okay.
I'd rather see a picture. I'd rather see a picture or the video. You know what I mean?
Yo, Vic, I'm here with Mike Polidoro.
Hey, what's happening, Mike?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, we're talking about Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Any thoughts? Any team that you picked? I picked Pittsburgh. Byron picked Pittsburgh, and I can't even say those two words together. And Vonda selected Cleveland. She was right. The two of us were wrong. I went 3-3.
I took Cleveland on that game, bro. I can't believe the beating they took after the trash that was talked.
They took a beating. Yeah, you picked Cleveland, really?
You had to see that for it coming, man, because the Pittsburgh Steelers really didn't play anybody. They lost 3 games in a row, and then they barely got into the playoffs playing good. Everybody was just like, Ben wasn't doing his thing anymore.
It is.
They were just playing. It looked like they were just going through the motions.
True point. Good point. And I think Ben looked like Byron has said earlier, but Ben looked really bad. You know what it is? Sometimes
It was me playing quarterback.
it's just
That's what it is.
timing. It's just timing for me, at least for
That first
Byron was he
That
was
looked like a Pop Warner kid that lost the ball, lost a snap, and didn't want to get down because he didn't want to get dirty.
who was that? Oh, that was Ben. No, Ben.
Yeah, that was Ben.
Well,
And the running back. Come on, man.
That game was the first time that Ben showed his age in a long time.
You know who that reminded me of? Cam Newton in the Super Bowl. Remember when he had that miscue and fumbled the ball and didn't want to get down and get the ball?
Yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what that reminded me of. I said, oh, they're going to lose. As soon as that happened, I thought, honestly, Cleveland was going to beat them.
But
even without the head coach.
Well, that's pretty good because the thing is, one, I'm a really big Mike Tomlin fan, number one. Number two, I agree with all the signs that were there. But again, I'm a big Tomlin fan. And then, with all the adversity that Cleveland was going through without practicing, without doing, that's not an easy task that was handed to them, right?
No, you're right.
Right, Byron? I mean, that's pretty impressive for them to go play. And without their head coach, I mean, they had a lot of things, and I still thought just because of Tomlin and so forth, but
they had that.
I felt because of the same way their player said, well, it's only the Cleveland Browns.
Cleveland still had that two-back monster.
Exactly. Do you believe that motivation could have been a kicker?
It could be, yeah. It's like playing when you're sick, right? Sometimes
it's also the same thing as when Jerry Jones put the 2 tickets to the divisional series before they played the Giants.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, you gave someone extra motivation, extra fuel.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. Well, you guys were right. Okay, so it was good. All right, we're going to go to the next game. Okay, guys? All right, let's go to the next game. The next game, that was basically Titans and Baltimore. I got that one wrong, too. I went with Titans. Byron, you went with Baltimore. I think, Vonda, you went with Baltimore. Right, and Byron, go ahead. You want to talk? Give us a little bit about that game.
As long, Baltimore is kind of a bully team. They really are. They got punched in the mouth the other day because they stopped the big guy before he had a chance to start running the ball. Derrick Henry. If you can get him before he starts a full head of steam at the line of scrimmage, you're going to be able to stop this guy. They pretty much did that. He only 40 yards rushing or whatever he had during the game. And then you got Lamar Jackson. He did his thing. Took off. I know he's fast, but I didn't realize he was that fast.
Yeah, Rhonda, you picked him too.
I did. I didn't remember.
All right, guys, you got to realize that if you don't remember, our fans and listeners don't know that you didn't pick him. So just go with the flow.
Okay, I'm going with the flow.
Hey guys, I'm on. All right, good. You're on. I'm asking you to unmute because there was noise in the background. So now you're unmuted. All right, cool. All right, now we see one. Where's Mike?
I'm here.
Boy, we can't see
There
you.
he is.
Is that Latin Harden?
He looks like one of the
He looks like a Latin Harden.
He looks like a bushwhacker from WWE.
You in Brooklyn, Steve?
Mike became one of the good old boys.
Are you in Florida?
Yeah, man, I'm in Florida.
Oh man, you look like that.
I'm growing a beard like Samson, man. Getting back in the game, and I'll save it off when I get big.
Oh my. Oh, that's funny. I picked the Titans because of Henry and because of Vrabel, and then this just threw me off. Number two, again, I didn't. Again, maybe it's just he has to prove to me to get to that next level, and he did. And they were just fantastic. So I got that one wrong too. Go ahead, guys. Mike, talk to me. Show us some of that. We're living all over the place, but this is Jersey knowledge.
Yeah, you know what?
Jersey sports knowledge.
You know what happened last year with Baltimore, right? They were the hottest team, and look what the Titans did.
I agree.
So they had motivation to beat them. They were going in hot. Yeah, Henry was running up the scoreboard with his yards, but who did they really play?
But add the fact that Lamar Jackson had to vindicate himself. He was getting better each playoff game.
Yeah.
He was getting better each playoff game.
And they were going in hot. They were going in hot. They were one of the hottest teams going into the playoffs. No one wanted to play them.
No, they're still hot.
Everybody
Yeah,
kept saying it.
they're-
If
they're-
you
they're
see
still
every
hot.
newscaster, every broadcaster on ESPN, everybody was saying, "What team don't you want to play?" It's the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Why? Because they had a chip on their shoulder because they were that good last year, 13-3. And what did they do? They bowed out to the Tennessee
And be
Titans.
careful
And,
the
and,
rest
you know,
of
and
the
that's part. Hold on a second, guys. And that's part of one of the reasons, right? Because for exactly what you're saying, last year I thought they were incredible defensively and offensively, right? I mean, they went into San Francisco and blew them out, right? No, they won by 1-2, but they went there and beat them, right? And it just, I know they were peaking. I was just off all across the board. I'm trying to pick coaches and different players. You got to admit, Roger Henry, would you think he's going to get less than 100 yards? I mean, that's pretty impressive, right? That dude's a beast.
Very.
Didn't he lead the league in rushing this year?
Yep.
Okay, so
Yeah.
Get over 2,000
the fact
yards.
that he has that. The other thing is, like I've always said, you know, Lamar is going to get his. They are always going to need their running backs to run also. Because any team, Byron, any team that runs for over 200 yards, they had a pretty good game. I don't care whether it's the quarterback or not, right?
Yeah,
they had over 200 yards, and one of them was the quarterback.
We figured they had three guys that had over 700 yards rushing this year, and Mark
Exactly.
Ingram wasn't even really a factor at all this year. So they're going to run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Now I like Harbaugh; he's a good coach. Vonda, what'd you think?
I'll be right back. I gotta go ahead and I'm
Okay.
I'm about to dial.
We're going to take a commercial break in this.
I need my charger.
in the atmosphere. We're going to take commercial break. We like to bring this brought to you by
United States Marine Corps.
Give me something in there, boy. What was it? Ferdigs. This is brought to you by Ferdigs.
Really?
Put in clothes that you would like.
Go back to old school when you guys were in there. Mickey
go to
Finn,
Ferdigs.
man.
Oh, geez.
And they have everything you need in quality clothing.
Police uniforms, police shoes, everything.
My first introduction was Ferdigs. First introduction was Ferdigs. Come on, guys.
What about Christians?
We're gonna go, man. Is this a show? You gotta add the flavor in between, baby. You can't get the whole line. Come on now, this is a show. All right, so then we had Seattle and Los Angeles, and I picked that one. I lost that one too. I picked Seattle.
I did too.
You did, and then Vonda, you picked Los Angeles, and I questioned you because I didn't
did.
I didn't think Jared would. Vonda killed it. Man. We had viewers call in, ask who's the girl. The girl knows her stuff. I swear to God, they know her stuff. She picked them, and it's hard for me to go against Russell Wilson. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that girl's always known her stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Russell didn't have a good game though.
No, I know. I just didn't. Yeah. Byron, you picked. Who'd you pick, Byron? I'm trying to.
I picked
Seattle.
I picked the Rams.
Yeah,
no, you did.
Everybody went.
Let's be honest. After the Giants beat them, you knew they were vulnerable.
Yeah.
But also the Giants were playing good, like just across the board. You know what I mean?
Doesn't matter. But they stifled Russell Wilson. He was vulnerable.
Good point. But you still picked them.
Yeah, I did.
Mike?
No, I thought Seattle was going to win that game. I was a little surprised that the Rams won because they didn't have Goff. So I really thought that Seattle had them.
Yeah, so did I. I didn't think because they didn't have Goff either. They didn't have these guys like the second string quarterbacks are getting so much better than in the past. I mean, Byron, you got more experience, right? But it seems like when you put in a second string quarterback today, they're playing. Back a long time ago, second string quarterback came in, it was very rare that they were going to do well. Is that a first statement?
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Exactly, Byron. Kind of, sort of, because you got Steve Young when Montana goes down. You got Rutledge.
He was in a backup. He was the guy coming in the ratings.
But you got
I'm talking about true backups.
You
right?
got
like Don Strock.
Rutledge when Sims went down.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about now. I'm talking about
Brady when Bledsoe went down.
Yeah, he was phenomenally. I still think there's a lot more better string. They're doing better. All right, so let's keep going with that. Okay, we lost that one. Okay, Los Angeles, and then we had the next one was the Washington. Wait a second. I finished the
Oh, I knew
Titans. The
Tampa.
next one was
Tampa.
New
I knew
Orleans.
Tampa
New
was winning
Orleans.
that
New
one.
Orleans. And the Bears. New Orleans and the Bears. I think we all picked the Saints. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure we all picked the Saints.
Yes.
But the Bears were the Bears were in it. I mean, like they just kept messing up. They were in it for a while.
Well, you figure as soon as
Kept
they find
dropping
out,
the ball.
it's the quarterback. As soon as they get rid of him, Mitch Trubisky,
Nah,
he's the problem.
yeah, but I agree with you there, but they had a lot of drops.
Yeah.
That should have been touchdowns.
Yep.
They had a
Oh
lot
my
of
God,
drops. They
that's
had a
right.
lot
That
of
one
wide
guy that was dead in his
wide
head.
open, hit him right
That
between
changes the game,
numbers,
Byron.
dropped the ball. That changed the whole ball game.
That's usually the worst place for the ball to hit you is in your hand. So
Yeah.
That center in
Thank
the
you,
end zone
thank you.
in
And I
stride.
was a receiver. I hear you there.
No,
The
in
easiest
stride
catches
in
are
the
ones
end
where-
zone. It's bad
The
enough to miss
easiest
pass.
catches, Victor, Victor, you know, the easiest catches are the ones you just throw your hands up with, not the ones you're looking at.
Yeah, but if I'm gonna miss a pass, it better not be in the end zone.
Yeah.
I
All
agree
I
there.
care about.
That's
And
when- that's when-
we were
that's when
getting-
you run through-
and
you
we
run
were
through the
getting
tunnel.
paid, and we were getting paid millions. You understand? You pay me millions of dollars, I'm catching that ball. It touches it. We were taught if it touched your finger, you were supposed to catch it.
Remember that? Yes, you're right. You're right.
They
You
if
could
it touched
touch it, you
any
can
part of
catch
your
it.
body. But then again, they allowed us with stick 'em back in the day.
Yeah, right. The
Stick 'em
spread.
on our helmets and all that stuff. Remember that? All right. So that game, but let me tell you something. Also, that quarterback, I think that was his second snap. He played pretty well. That's again what I'm saying to you. Heineke, what's his
yeah.
name?
Yeah. He's gonna be
Played
a
great.
legitimate backup.
He was back in
Yeah,
grocery. He was like
legitimate
on they put on a pickup squad, or I forgot where he came from,
The
dude.
practice squad. Yeah, practice squad.
He got cut, and then he was like on from the practice squad. He was, and
The
before
practice
the
squad,
practice
yeah.
squad, they just called him. He was doing I think he was doing groceries too, Byron.
Well, guess what? He got paid because I think he was with.
How does that work? How does that work, Byron? It's like a short-term contract.
It's like a short term. He probably got a signing bonus. A little change, and then whatever he makes. For the week.
Hey,
So.
Brian, isn't it like a 10-day contract or something like that too? Like
No,
NBA?
they don't really have 10-day contract. They usually
But isn't it like a short-term contract? Isn't it like a short-term contract though?
no, not really.
Not, is it?
No,
No.
because they usually be
What
like.
about like incentives if he wins or he threw for
Yeah, they
whatever?
probably do that. If their agent is worth anything, they'll throw that in there. If they
Yeah,
win,
they always throw that in there.
or they'll go to the playoffs, name MVP, or whatever. But with that guy, most likely it's gonna happen. He probably got like the bare, because he's been there for a while. Been around, so he probably got like the veterans minimum, whatever that is. That could be $1 million or whatever it is.
I think it's 600,000.
Yeah, so
It's like 650, right? 650, 700, something.
yeah,
around there,
whatever
yeah.
he probably got that, and then
Yeah, whatever the minimum wage is.
For a week.
and I think they get playoff money too.
So what happens, right? Let's say we're bagging groceries, right? And then you get a call, say, look, we want you guys to come. We want to go check you out and practice you, right? What next phone call is to his agent? His agent just is
So the agent, the most likely they called.
Oh, they contact the agent.
Agent
Got it.
first.
Oh, yeah.
And then the agent called you, was like, hey, I got a tryout for, the New York Giants. Be there, here, they're gonna fly you up there, go do your thing, and we'll work on a contract. If they're gonna sign you, I'll know. If they don't, I'll know. That way it's either or.
So that was our problem. We didn't go bag groceries. That's why we never got called.
There you go.
Finish packing your Pathmark groceries. I take this call from my agent.
No, Aldi's, not Pathmark, Aldi's.
There you go.
Aldi's wasn't around. I don't even know what Aldi's is. Oh,
Just bring your own bag.
Bring your own bag. There you go.
So, Vanda, how did you like that game? You didn't care about Washington?
No.
The kid played pretty good. My biggest thing was
I did pick Washington to win, though.
Yeah, I didn't want Washington to go anywhere. Anyway. They need to stay home too.
You did. Who else did? The kid. Someone else did. That's right, because the 4 linemen.
Yep.
That's right. You guys picked them for 4 linemen.
Yep.
Vanda, you pick Washington
right now.
No, I don't think I did. No.
There was another young guest. I think Brian Bishop picked them.
Yep.
Yeah, he did.
Brian Bishop. Brian came on last week, and his granddaughter. Yeah, there's no way. There is no way Brady is gonna. Well, we're gonna be interested pretty soon coming up. What do we got here? Okay, let's go. Let's keep it going now. We got Washington and Tampa. We did okay there. And I told you right away. Now, wait a second. Washington, Tampa. So we picked Tampa, but I did say it again. You know how you guys were saying, because I was a little bit more focused on Tampa down here, and obviously the Giants and stuff. But you know how you said these teams were on a roll, like Baltimore and so forth? In the second or the third game before going into the playoffs, when Brady won the game with hitting Antonio Brown for that deep post pattern, Steve, that's when I felt they're clicking. He scored a touchdown in every game since.
He's been his favorite target since. Yes, he has.
Not only that,
he's got other guys, but I'm saying now that's his downfield boy. You know what I mean? Because he's got, look at everything he's got. Running back, he's got that. But him and Antonio Brown are dangerous.
Because he's living in his pool.
I still don't think they're beating the Saints.
Okay, we're gonna get to that now.
I don't see him beating the Saints.
We're gonna be picking them soon, and then we're gonna pick up pieces there. All right, so Tampa Day. All righty, so let's go here. All right, now we got, let's go around, ladies first. Los Angeles versus at Green Bay. Who you picking? Fonda.
Green Bay.
Okay, I'm gonna put names this time. My thing.
I was gonna say, look, I'm writing it down right now.
I'm putting J. Okay, Mr. My co-host, the Byron Jones. Talk to me. Who you picking?
I'm going with the Rams.
Say what?
Oh my God! We got this on film, and I got your initials here. I'm gonna pick. I'm not gonna go against Aaron Rodgers, so I'm sorry. Okay, Pat.
I'm going with the upset. I'm going with Byron.
Say what?
Byron the upset or the Rams?
Nope.
No, I'm going with the Rams. I'm sitting with Byron this one.
Mike.
Too much of this. Too much of this.
Mike.
Green Bay.
Thank you.
All day.
All day.
All day. Come on now.
Yeah, Rodgers is on fire. All right, so let's talk about that game. Is Goff going to be back? Do you know?
I don't think it matters.
Doesn't matter.
Really?
Jalen Ramsey is the X factor at the corner for the Rams. He's going to shut Devontae Adams down.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
What? Come on, man.
Shut him down. Shut him down.
Really?
He's going to take away his favorite target. And Aaron Donald's going to, he hurt his ribs last week. He's all good now. And he's going to get after that poor guy back there. It's going to be ugly.
Oh, man. Hold on, ladies, guys. I know. Can you take it easy? My producer's in my ear. Tell them hold those guests down a little bit. Okay, Miss Fonda. Why?
I'm just taking notes right here.
Good. You gotta hold this too, especially with your brother. He flip flops. He's got 30 hats in there. Where it's winning, he changes a hat. Change it. Swear to God. So, Vonda, why picking Green Bay?
They're playing at home, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's no way that they're gonna go ahead and lose at home. Nope, it's not gonna happen.
And Mike,
but there's no home. There's no home with COVID.
That's okay. They're still home, right?
So cold.
Yeah.
Sorry. Look, for me, I think he's a phenomenal. He's just too difficult to go against in that circumstances, unless you're the Giants and Eli Manning. Outside of that, something's happening here. All right,
I concur.
I just think that Aaron Rodgers has got too much experience against whoever he's going to go against when it happens to be the Rams, right? But we will see. I was only back 500 last week, but Aaron Rodgers is on fire, man.
That's why it's called.
He's a bad man.
That's why it's called Any Given Sunday, Vic. Any Given Sunday.
That's right.
Go Rams.
And the best team goes home, not best out of 7.
No, exactly.
Mike, what are your thoughts on why Green Bay?
Because they're playing hot ball right now, and Donaldson's ribs are hurting, and everybody knows that as a defensive player, You need your rib cage. You can't move around the way you. I don't. It doesn't matter what kind of shots they give you, and we all know they give you pain shots up there. But at the end of the day, if you can't motor and get by an offensive player, you're not going to be able to play D. And Ramsey, he's I don't think he's a great corner or safety where he's playing at right now, because he's never been consistent throughout his career. And right now, the Green Bay Packers at home are playing hot. You got to go with the hot team.
Byron, your defensive player, you think he's playing hot, huh?
I saw the stats with the receivers that went up against Jalen Ramsey this year. Not one of them had 100 yards. Nobody got over 100 yards all year.
And I hope Jalen Ramsey hears what Mike said and takes it as motivation.
I'm hoping that Jalen Ramsey just hears what we said. Any one of us.
And you got to keep
Jalen Ramsey, we calling you out. Join the Jones and Arocho Sport. Actually, no, join the Jersey Boy Sports Talk. Okay, Jalen Ramsey, come on down. We're calling you out. All right. So that was good. All right. So look, all right. Here, this one's going to be a big argument. We probably should save this one for last, because let's go here. All right, let's go. We'll do the easy one first. Browns at Chiefs. Go ahead. We'll let our guests go, since they see how they handle themselves there.
You got to go Chiefs. I'm sorry. I don't care how hot the Browns may or may not be playing. You got to go Chiefs.
Mike?
You got to go Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes is in a different planet.
Mm-hmm.
Just a different world.
Miss Vonda?
Agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs.
Uh-oh. Byron hates
Byron?
He doesn't like unanimous.
You know what I'm going to do? The Browns.
Does not like unanimous decision.
I'm going with the Browns. They're going to get a more fast start. The Kansas
him though, because he will not go with the crew.
Kansas City defense stinks. They are overrated. I'm telling you, if Cleveland gets off on a fast start, they're going to beat them in Kansas City.
Yo, Byron, you win. Hit me up. I'll send you a bottle.
Okay, wait, a bottle of what?
I know.
The bottle's just a bottle, baby. Put the money where the money is. Bottle of what?
They get off on a fast start, the Browns are going to beat them.
The value has to be over 25.
It could be Pathmark water, or it could be a bottle of blue.
Exactly. They got to be valued at over $25.
I want some Schuylkill.
And we're only joking just in case it's illegal to bet.
What do you want, Byron? If you win, what do you want?
We call it Schuylkill punch.
We'll put it in the chat. Just chat.
Okay.
So, KC. I'm gonna go with KC just because of I'm sorry, but look, I give Byron credit all year though. Even if he liked the team, if all of a sudden he, in the order that we're asking, the second it sways one way, he's gonna go right after the other. Let me tell you something. A lot of stuff I learned from him this year, he picked out, like the linemen, what happens in the difference in the linemen, Washington, just a lot of different things and things that happen in the locker room, like what would happen when Fitzpatrick got canned just before a game. He shares some really great experiences. For me, one, I love Andy Reid. I just want to see Andy Reid do well. I just think Patrick Mahomes is just incredible. I mean, I think God bless him. He's a one of a kind, man. We need to enjoy. We need to enjoy watching this kid play.
There's not a definitive answer for him yet.
No,
it's not that. It's like he's like whether his defense stinks or not, he's coming at you. Right, I mean, he's gonna, and Andy Reid is brilliant, and Eric Bieniemy. By the way, one thing, Brian, you made a good point, but I wanted to bring this up is we've been talking about some of the Rodney rules and the new coaching for trying to get minority coaches offered opportunities, and we were talking about the Jaguars. We didn't even get into that yet, and but we were discussing like Eric Bieniemy is an offensive coordinator who's doing really well, right, but Andy Reid is known to be the one calling the plays, so he kind of gets hurt by that piece, right? And then when I heard today, or last couple of days, Byron, was that Andy Reid is out there pushing hard for him. Like he's literally saying, which is I think that's a compliment to Andy Reid, right? But he's trying to get out of his way. He's like saying, no, Why would I tell you to look what we've done with him?
Yeah, but the problem is that they do so well and get so far into the playoffs and make it to the Super Bowl. He can't get an interview like everybody else. They have like after the season, they have like a little window of opportunity, for these guys to go in and get these, to get interviewed for the job. And he missed the window, or Jacksonville, one of the jobs he could have had because they didn't interview him. A bunch of other teams did interview Bieniemy, but they can't sign him until until after they took the Super Bowl.
Guys, you're on microphone. Go ahead, Byron. Say that again for me.
Huh?
Say that again for me. Wait a second, but he applied.
What do you mean he applied? No, they have like whatever team, like the Jets and what are the teams? The Jets, Jacksonville.
He went with 5 teams.
It's like 5 or 6 teams. They have like after the season is over, they have like a week or 2, for these guys to go interview for the job. If they're not, if they're in the playoffs. If they're in the playoffs, they can't interview for a job at all. Like.
So then why did they say he applied?
Did he apply?
Yeah, he applied for those 5 positions.
He got an interview for the other jobs, like the Jets, because that was their off week, so he could go in for an interview.
Right.
Like him and the other guys are in the playoffs. But then now, because they're still in the playoffs, they're not going to say, talk to him again, maybe, or offer him the job until after the Super Bowl if they get that far.
So what you're saying is he applied, but the team is not allowed to interview him.
Well, Jacksonville missed the window to interview him.
Yeah, because I think Andy Reid, that we were saying is he applied, I think, for 5 of the positions, and Andy Reid was pushing for him hard, and they've been rooting for him. So I'm asking guys to unmute, guys. Pat. And so what we're doing is we're watching that trying to understand, like, Bieniemy should get a position. Who was the other coach you said was really good? Leftwich. No, but there was the one I didn't know.
Salek?
Saleh, yeah.
Robert Salek or something like that from what do you call it? The 49ers.
Yeah. I'm so glad that we signed our defensive coordinator. That's for
sure. Yeah, but now they're talking about Urban Meyer getting a job down in Jacksonville. He's already assembling a staff, and they're finalizing a deal with him down there.
Yeah, I think they're finalizing it. Yeah, we'll talk about that. I don't like that.
But Vic, they're saying that the Chiefs are being interviewed today for Jacksonville.
For Jacksonville?
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't hear about that.
He was implying. That's why I was asking you.
No, supposedly online he interviewed today for Jacksonville.
Okay.
Look, and show how many teams did he interview for?
I'm sorry.
He interviewed for all 5 teams.
January 6th, he interviewed for Jacksonville.
Yeah.
That was on their
what other teams?
That's their bye week. The week they didn't play.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So being a good coach, trying to get a head coaching job and going to the Super Bowl becomes harder. And it's also the impatience of the other teams, or they just don't really want them. It's the whatever it is.
If they're going to get what they want to get,
Rooney Rule.
Rooney Rule.
You know how it is. You know how it is when they say, "Okay, thank you. I'll call you. I got 4 more to interview."
Yeah. Well, we try to bring it up. We try to bring it up a little bit, and then we also think that coaches like Dungy been doing a good job talking about the minority coaches that are doing a good job. Reid has been pushing. I just think you just gotta, if you don't talk about like winning the Heisman, right? When you're not being seen on TV all the time, it gets a little harder sometimes for people to even know who that person is, right? Because you're
I'm waiting for the day, Vic, where it's not minority coaches. I hired a coach.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the day I'm waiting for.
I'm hoping that happens. That this is my friend. That's it. Okay. Everything else you see, but still just my friend. Okay.
They're not from Perth Amboy, so they wouldn't know that. But people from Perth Amboy, people do that. That's my friend. They'll say that's my black.
Baltimore. We got to move on, guys. Baltimore at Buffalo. Go ahead, Byron. You go first.
Byron
goes first.
Who's playing again?
Baltimore, Buffalo.
Baltimore, Buffalo,
At Buffalo.
Buffalo.
Ooh, really? All right. All right. Miss Vonda?
I'm going the other way, bro.
Ah,
Baltimore. All right. Let's go. We got the P and P.
I'm riding with Byron. I'm going Buffalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Mike?
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo too. It's going hot right
Oh
now.
my God!
Okay.
After that, like monologue, that dissertation of how awesome Baltimore was doing before, bro, I would have not picked. He's more mellow, so I'm either way. I could see him picking either way. He knows the cold weather, right? But you put. Am I missing something, guys? They might not put Baltimore almost like they were like they were gonna blow past Kansas City.
Yeah, no.
Wait, hold on, Mike. You can't answer that yet. I'm asking everybody else first. Matt, you're sitting right next to him, so you got more emotion feeling than I am. Did he not sound like Baltimore was like the Hall of Fire?
He had him on the pedestal, yeah.
Yeah, he did. Okay. Boy, they dropped fast in a week. Shoot. What bothers me is not picking them last week, and all the good reasons, Mike, you just gave. You almost swayed me, and you jumped ship. I'm going back to Buffalo. You did such a good job for Buffalo. You should be a promoter for them. You did such a good job that you made me thinking like, man, they're going to Buffalo. That's gonna be hard. And man, Mike's got a lot of good points. And then you flipped. So hey, we'll see what happens. Buffalo's a tough place to play, though, man. That's like playing in Green Bay. That's really hard, man. It's cold.
Just about. You're right.
It's cold. It ain't Baltimore cold. It is Buffalo cold. It's cold weather, right? So we'll see what happens. And so what do you think? Okay, let's get a little bit deeper into this, because we got a couple of these pieces now instead of just picking, because I hate just doing that. I want to get a little bit deeper into the game. Then we got the big game I want to talk about. So let's at least use Buffalo, Baltimore. Okay, Byron, what are the key things? Because he's really good at this. What are the key things that Buffalo you feel needs to do or is going to do to win the game? Or what do you think they need to do to win the game?
Baltimore's going to come with a lot of pressure.
Show up.
Well, that too. Baltimore's going to come with a lot of pressure. Probably against Josh Allen, because last week he almost pulled a Danny Dimes when he fumbled the ball and almost screwed up the game. So they're going to put as much pressure on him because he's still, he's third year. He's still a young quarterback. So they're going to put as much pressure on him as possible to see how he's going to handle it. But if they don't cover Stephon Diggs, it's going to be a long day for Baltimore. But I think he should. Well, I like him as a quarterback. I wish the Giants had picked him up. Josh Allen, he had the issue with the accuracy. They seemed like the guy, Brian Dable, I think his name is, fixed some of the things that was wrong with him. And, he's in the running for MVP. So, he's a great quarterback, even though he's 3 years in.
Awesome. Vonda, why Buffalo?
Yeah.
What does Buffalo need to do to win?
I'm looking at I was just reading the news about the Baltimore Ravens, and it says on here, it won't back down from the blitz against Buffalo Bills on the quarterback.
So they're going after him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. And what I am, did everybody pick Buffalo? No. Oh, Vonda, you picked Baltimore.
I picked Baltimore.
So what do you think are going to be the keys for Baltimore?
I don't know, but I'm just going against the grain.
Yeah.
On there, just to see
Lamar Jackson's got to run. They got to run for 200 yards somewhere, somehow. In my belief, for them to have a chance to win. That's the only thing. I'm with Buffalo, but I'm just saying to you that they need over 200 yards, and then he needs at least a good 100 plus yards thrown, because Josh Allen's going to come slinging, and they got a good running team too.
And he can run too. He's a good runner.
He's the last 2 runs to score the winning game, right?
Yep.
Pat, what do you think are the keys for? You picked Buffalo, right? But I know you picked Buffalo. You picked Buffalo, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, and I know you, and just in general, you know the game. If for Baltimore to have a chance, I picked Buffalo too. I'm going. What are your thoughts that they would need to do?
All right, I picked Buffalo, and I'm going with they need pass protection. If there's no pass protection, Baltimore can get to him and force him to run, not to throw, not to be a Patrick Mahomes, not to improvise.
Right.
You keep him in the pocket, and you crush the pocket, then they got a chance of winning.
Yeah, got it. Mike?
The reason I went with Buffalo is because I think the secondary from Baltimore is suspect, and as long as Diggs doesn't get hurt, I don't think they have anybody to cover them. They're just hot. That's the reason I went away from. And Buffalo has a defense. So if you compare both teams are hot, but then you have to look at the X factor, and the X factor is Diggs. Because you can control the quarterback. Lamar's going to get his thing, but at the end of the day, can you control the other team with their defense and offense? Where I think no one right now is stopping Diggs. And their secondary for Baltimore is suspect.
Interesting. Okay. All right. Well, let's get into the. It's good conversation, good crew. All right, we're gonna get into Tampa and the Saints. I'm just gonna say it right out. I'm a Brady fan. I'm going all the way with Tampa. Boom. Byron, nice. I'm gonna give you the shot.
Thanks. Go march it in.
Vonda.
Tampa.
Pat.
I'm 2 hours from Tampa, and I'm going New Orleans.
Oh, you jumped ship the other day, Mike. I know you Amboy guys, man. What's up?
Brady's the GOAT. But I tell you the honest truth, I still think Brees plays better ball than him.
All right, we'll get to that. Mike, go ahead.
I agree somewhat.
Who you picking?
Is the better, but I'm going with Tampa.
Tampa? Okay, great. All right, so I got Tampa. You got that, Vonda? Mike? I got Tampa. Victor got Tampa. Everybody else, you have Tampa, and Pat and like they're playing nights together today. They're picking the same teams and stuff. They're all sweet and stuff.
We kindred spirits.
They ain't seen each other in a long time. They're just trying to feel good and pick each other's teams and stuff. All right, so look, a couple things. Football is as athletes, we're all we have superstitions. Is that a fair statement? Whether you wear the same shirt, whether you wear the stinky size, we got some superstitions, right? It's also a game of statistics, right? It's a game of statistics, period, right? If you average X amount of yards, if you could hold somebody X amount of yards, and I just think that I think Brees is awesome, and I just think he's awesome. And if you take away the fact that Brady, you have to add the fact that he's that good, and he's 5 inches shorter than Brady.
Maybe more than that.
Maybe more. Okay, that's not easy to play that good that long. Okay, you can't see all those guys, right? Now it's changing, but when he started, a 6-foot quarterback wasn't your prototypical quarterback. Fair, Byron?
Nope.
Okay, so that makes him even that much more greater, right? The interesting piece, though, is beating an NFL team 3 times. It's hard, in my opinion. I don't know how many times that's actually been done in the same season. So just purely on the fact that they're both great, playing hot. My team,
I'll give you that.
Tampa, to me, is hot, right? But the percentage is there, and I would have picked Tampa anyway. I just don't think that you're going to beat them 3 times in the same season. And I think they're playing really hot. I think, and then I'm going to let everyone go. Chicago is not that good a team and gave them a hard time. In New Orleans, I'm good. Byron?
I'm just going to go with Drew Brees. That's all I got to say. He's good. He's riding into the sunset. Riding off into the sunset. Try to get one more ring, and then
Mike, you picked Tampa?
Yeah, I got to go with Tampa. I'm agreeing with that. It's really hard to beat a team 3 times in a row. And Tampa's going in hot, and Chicago did give Tampa a hard time. And I didn't expect that. I thought New Orleans was going to run all over them.
So did I.
Yeah.
Pat?
For me, that's the X factor. You had a hard time because you overlooked the team. Don't overlook Tampa. They're gonna come out hot.
Yeah. And and Von, you picked Tampa, right?
Sure did.
Why are you picking Tampa?
What's wrong, Byron?
I do like Bruce Arians though. That is my guy. But, yeah, I gotta go against him.
So I didn't go to the same teams with you.
Guys, I love you guys. We're really good guests. Do you know when you talk to each other, we hear you, right?
Saints.
Is that what?
Vonda, talk to me. Why Tampa?
They got the man, even though he's a little bit older.
A little bit.
So what's
Yeah.
more?
He's my age. He's almost old as me.
No, not even nowhere close. You're ancient.
Almost.
Whoa.
Almost.
Okay, wait there. I'm gonna get into that one next. Hold on, wait, Brian. Remember the old age stuff you used to say. Just remind me to say, Vic. You wanted me to remind you of old age, right? Okay. All right. So
I was using the metric system.
Are y'all done yet? Everybody done?
All right, hold on. Now I forgot. Let me get my head back together. Oh, so what's more important though now, right? Steve, and we call him Pet for our audience, or Steve Petro. Steven. Man, good ways. You got Breeze is going to go down as a great quarterback, Hall of Fame, no doubt, but he's got one Super Bowl.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So him winning that second Super Bowl kind of cements him a little bit, right? Cements him beating the GOAT, right?
Okay.
And then this would be the first time Brady's ever lost to anybody 3 times in his entire career. So there's two at stake. There's 2 things at stake right now, which makes this game so, to me, this is like the highlight of my weekend, right? I want to see a great game. I don't want to see either guy getting, I want to see a great game. Let it down. I'm just scared of who has, I think that I'm going to be scared of who has the ball last, in my opinion.
Definitely. No matter if you're a Brady fan or not, and let's speak honest. You from Jersey, you were never a Brady fan. But you got to give him his due. He is the GOAT. He is the GOAT, whether you like him or not. Okay, so we'll give him that. But people don't give Breeze the respect he really deserves also, because his numbers are astronomical also.
Yeah, I think they all give him the respect. It's just the comparison between, Michael Jordan and, Zion Williamson right now, right? It's just two different.
All right, I'm going here. If Eli Manning can beat Brady twice, Drew Brees can beat him once.
No, Brees will be beating him 3 times.
In the Super Bowl.
No, but he beat him twice, but 3 times in the same season.
He'll beat him this time. Because history will be made. History will be made. He'll beat him this time.
Well, and they're playing at New Orleans, I think. New Orleans is the top seed. They had the bottom.
Which is even better.
Yeah. So we'll see. Again, the one thing that makes Brady, one thing I'd like to say about Brady is that everywhere he goes, those teams talk well of him.
No,
you don't think so?
Didn't hear what you said.
Oh, no, I thought you went like this. I said that wherever he goes, his teammates talk well of Brady. Like, they like him.
Nobody like him. He got all that hardboard. He got all that hardboard in his fingers, and they want. You know what? He's got 6 of them. I want to get one of those. That's why. And he's not a good guy.
It was somebody else that man. I don't remember when it was. One of the players said they went to the stadium at 5:30 in the morning to get started, and maybe it was the back. I don't know. And all of a sudden, he walks in and Brady's there watching film already. And the guy walks in, goes, "Hey, come on, sit down." And they started watching film with him. So he's there before, like a younger guy, already watching film. That's incredible. That's incredible. All right, well, I'm looking forward to this game. These are the times I love playoff times. We ain't got much time for getting into NBA. What we do, we got a couple things I got to wrap up real quick. All right, so guys, this is what we're doing. Byron, you want to pick a couple athletes today?
Yeah, let's go over
Amboy.
Amboy, the great basketball families. We'll start with this since we're short on time. But you have Brian, Bruce, and Blake Taylor. Everybody knows them. The Pennyfeathers, Wayne, Lou, and William Pennyfeather, those three. The Swindell, Ricky, Todd, Dell Swindell. That's about two guys' side, the age. Darryl Cross and David Cross, those two. James Slick Lampley and Dr. Duncanstein Snipes.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Did you say Ronnie Snipes?
Yeah, Ron Snipes, yeah.
The comedian?
Yeah.
Oh, why'd you mention his name? We told him he had to come on before me. We're not letting anybody on unless they mention their name. Steve, this is what we're doing. It's like, we're bringing people up and they go, well, what about this? What about me? What about me? No, come on the show and tell us about it. We're just picking some things out. We know some guys that were playing at the level. Pat was a phenomenal athlete, by the way, just so you know.
Got Butch Bryson.
Steve, wave your hands like that so they know who you are. Wave your hands, Steve. There you go. Go ahead, Byron.
You got Butch and Warren Bryson. Anybody remember those guys?
Bryson's not. What about Rashawn Roberts? Even though he was a transplant.
Yeah, stop. Be nice. He's on a later show. Then you have Doug Eaton. You have Doug and Kyle Eaton, the father-son, on here. My list.
Oh, Kyle? Yeah, really? I didn't realize Kyle played basketball. I know Kyle, but I didn't know he played basketball.
And his dad, Doug, he was a 7th grade teacher at McGinnis School.
Mm-hmm.
You got Rodney Lamb and Gary Lamb.
Yes.
And was it Todd Rogers and Terry Rogers?
And then we were talking, just so you know, so we're bringing up pieces. You guys are more than welcome to contribute because we're trying to go different ages, right, all the way down. But we went to like the Nemeths and the Oreskos, like they were generational athletes. Steve, I didn't know that.
Yeah, you were telling me that time.
Right, Byron, who was it? The Nemeths, the
Nemeths, it was a bunch of them.
Oresko. Like, really? Those are my friends. I didn't know that their grandfather, the Gatises.
Gatises, yeah.
Yeah, because there were several of them, right? It wasn't just the Mr. Janetsky was on there. He was a player.
And Steve, you remember? I don't know if you remember.
I can imagine Janetsky playing sports.
Oh yeah, in the 40s, Nate Turan, remember him?
Who?
Nate Turan. He went to Rutgers.
Yes.
And he passed away in the middle, like last year, sometime last year. But he had all kind of records. He said he had 52 sacks at Rutgers in the early 70s. 52.
Wow.
And they didn't even throw the ball back then. But we had a lot of Amboy guys on there. That,
so let's shorten it down. We'll come back to that. Let me go here. Okay. All right. Hey, I want to just say, hey, Stephen and Mike, thank you for joining today and being our guest. Vonda as well.
Had a blast.
Did you guys have fun?
Had a blast.
Yes, sir.
Mike, did you have fun? Please subscribe to us on Sportscast, like us, share this. It'll come back on. This is streaming live, but I'll get you the link and just reshare it. We talk sports, but we have fun, no?
Had a great time.
We get pretty good comments.
Had a good time.
Just Jersey boy, let's talk about different pieces. But if you come on, remember other places like Fertig's and the Boogie Pizza or something like that.
I'm not gonna lie. The best part about tonight was seeing Vonda again.
They won.
Yeah, we got dogs. I remember we got dogs, man. It's our show. Vonda, it's been a pleasure. I'm gonna show you how we go remove.
Okay, I'm leaving.
Hey, thank you. No. Let's say thank you for joining. I'm gonna end the show. Please like us and share with us, and come on anytime. You can call in, come with a picture, and see. It's pretty cool. You guys could be chilling the way you want to be chilling. Just try to remember you're on the mic. and this is live. So I want
Yes.
to mention.
Love you guys.
I want to mention to this, and we always end our shows with this. Freedom and security are precious that we as Americans should never take for granted. We must do all we can to extend our hands in times of need to those who willingly sacrifice each day to provide that freedom and security. While we can never do enough to show the gratitude to our nation's defenders, we can always do a little more. Gary Sinise. It's the Gary Sinise, that's Gary, Gary Sinise Foundation.org. That's in Byron, explain what it does. It's for first responders, veterans, but what do they do?
We got the person right there that knows all about it, right behind it, Bob Jones.
Where?
Can you tell us a little bit, just so everybody knows? They know. We say it every show, Steve.
Well, I know Gary Sinise. I met him here. Of course, he travels here also to South Carolina. It's helping military veterans and also the police, fire department, but definitely look into that foundation. I know they have a website for it, so if you want to go ahead and know more information about it, please go ahead and visit it. The man is definitely, he's a great inspiration, and he's always out there to go ahead and help any type of military personnel, police department, fire department. So definitely go ahead and check him out and see what he's about.
We also like to end our show shouting out with that. I want to, okay, so now remember, you can always follow us. Please follow us on Twitter at the Sportscast1 and visit our website, thesportscast.net. Join us next Thursday at 8 p.m. with more special guests. I believe next week we're going to have a professional overseas basketball player, a young gentleman that I coached myself. Looking forward to having him on the show and talking some NBA and talk some more about what's happening in the playoffs. And we are about there wrapping up. So please follow us. Thank you for joining, everybody. Byron, as always, my co-host, we have fun. You guys, I like showing everybody how much sports we all know up north. So let everybody know, come in, fight, defend your teams. Let's see what happens. See how we do with the picks. Guys, God bless. Stay safe, to you and all your family. And, just think your worst times is somebody else. Your worst times are somebody else's best times. So always think
Amen
about
to that.
Right? So let's pay it forward. And it's great seeing you. And thank you for joining the show. And please share this with everybody. And we'll talk to you next week.
All right. Good night, guys. All right, man.
Night.
Thank you.